Yeah, we let's get into it. Caleb Plant fought Jose Armando Reséndiz. Plant, WBA interim super middleweight champion heading into this fight. And as you said, minus 2,500 favorite. Reséndiz pulls off the monster upset. As you were saying, bud, the early rounds, Plant was winning the fight. He was boxing, he was moving, and Reséndiz wasn't letting his hands go enough. And then you called it. It was right hand, I think around the fourth round. Even in a round that maybe Reséndiz didn't have a huge round, but the tide turned. You could see the confidence, his demeanor, and the fight changed. And for me, from that point on, it might have been a whitewash. He might have taken from the fifth or at least a halfway point all the way through and swept all rounds, in my opinion.
Except for one drunken judge. Now, look, he was now before it gets all over the internet, I don't know that the judge was drinking. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Well, that would be a good excuse. Then it would make sense.
I'm just trying to understand what the explanation could be.
There's no understanding it. And we will get into that more from David Sutherland, was the judge with the horrible scorecard that was turned in and made this unanimous decision that it should have been into a split decision victory.
We're going to put a picture of him up. We're going to put his name up. And we're going to start calling these guys. We're going to start making people be accountable. That's the one thing in this country. We need more accountability. We do, for everything. You do something wrong, be accountable. Be accountable, that's all. You get another chance to correct it, but you got to be accountable. And especially when you're in this business where you're hurting people's lives. Because when you get it wrong, you put a fighter who already went through the hundreds, thousands of punches to get to that point. You put him back in the line to take hundreds and thousands of punches again sometimes to get back to that position. You're hurting that person. You're hurting their family. You're doing damage. You have to be held accountable. Somebody's got to be in a position to say, hey, no more of that damage. Somebody's got to police it. Somebody has to be on a tower somewhere, not an ivy tower. God forbid. I would never be in an ivy tower. Me? No. I would fall off it. But somebody has to, and I did it for years at ESPN, I'm doing it here, that has to say, hey, that ain't right. You're hurting somebody. You're hurting someone's family by hurting them. You're hurting a person that goes into the hurt business, that takes a risk of getting hurt, of leaving the ring with less of themselves than they entered the ring with. You're hurting that person. You shouldn't be hurting that person. The only one should hurt him is his opponent who's trying to hurt him, but nobody else. No, we're gonna stop it. We're gonna do what they do on the packs of cigarettes. Yeah.
Warning.
When they put a warning up, Surgeon General's warning. This can be dangerous to your health. This judge can be dangerous to a fighter's health. That's it. Take it away, bud.
Yeah, with that being said, we have eyeballs. You're turning the fans off. You're ruining the sport. You're hurting the sport, as you're saying. Max DeLuca and Steve Weisfeld gave 7 of the last rounds to Reséndiz. All 7, and Weisfeld gave the last 8 rounds. What does David Sutherland do? He gives the last 3 rounds to Caleb Plant and 4 of the last 6 to Caleb Plant. Mind-boggling.
Don't smoke Sutherlands. Don't smoke Sutherland. Rich, if you smoke, I know you won't smoke. You're an MMA fighter, but if you do not smoke.
And the reason why we have to talk about this, besides that it happened, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time, I'm sure. He did this. We were at the fight live in L.A., the undercard of Terrence Crawford's last fight versus Madrimov in L.A., and it was the Jarrell Miller-Ruiz fight.
Oh!
Clearly, Jarrell Miller won the fight.
He sure did.
He scored it a draw.
Miller won that fight every which way to Sunday, twice on Sunday. And he earned it. He came back from hell. I mean, you got to give him credit. Yeah, I know it was his fault that he tested positive. Everyone makes mistakes. He made mistakes. He paid for it. He lost a lot of money. Yeah, he paid, and he deserved to. I'm not, defending him in that way. Where I'm defending him, where I'm standing up for him, is that he paid his price. He gave his pound of flesh. He lost all that money. He got suspended. He did stupid stuff. He hurt himself. But he came back. And he came back in that big fight with the former world champion. And he won that fight. He won that fight big. And he got freaking robbed.
He got Sutherland.
He got robbed. He got Sutherland. He got Sutherland. That's a new one. Get bumper stickers. Don't get Sutherland. Don't get Sutherland. I got Sutherland.
It's
Something
like
goes wrong.
you're the movie guy, the great movie Kingpin. You've been Munson. You've been Sutherland.
You've been Sutherland. You've been mushed.
I said I'd sooner get Munson out here in the middle of nowhere.
Munson? What the hell is that?
You know, Munson. To be up a creek without a paddle, to have the whole world in the palm of your hand and then blow it. You know, it's a figure of speech.
What?